Welcome back to Clubhouse Chronicles, the place where the central Illinois music scene gets loud, proud, and unfiltered. I'm Twitt, your host with the most to spin you the stories, the sounds, and the struggles of the bands that making waves right here in your backyard. Clubhouse Chronicles is the official podcast of Broken Record Music Club, your favorite independent record label, bringing you music for whatever you are going through. With that, let's buckle on up because this isn't just a podcast. It's your front row ticket to the heart of your indie music scene. And today, these guys have been making noise for a little over a year. Like, it's kind of come in fast, and they've just been there. Like, I've heard so much about them. They're a newer band coming out of the far southern edge of Illinois. They're down there, but I still consider it central Illinois because, why not? This alternative band has been getting active recently as they prepare for the release of their first album. In times like these, there is no surrender. I'm, of course, talking about the musical stylings of St. Clair, featuring Josiah Kirk, Ian Simmons, Brendan Chu, and Japheth Hiller. Welcome to the Clubhouse, guys.
You call him JP.
Yeah, JP. You call me JP.
JP? Jesus. That would have been easier. Hey, JP Hiller. Well, welcome to the Clubhouse, guys. Thanks for coming on and talking with me today about your music. Appreciate it.
For introduction.
That was cool. Yeah, thank you.
It's so funny that we're on here right now because last weekend I was on the road with Monarch, which is a band on Broken Record Music Clubs. We were talking while we were waiting for their show to start, and we were talking about different bands in the scene, and they brought up you guys, and they're like, man, they have some really, really emotional music. And I'm like, how perfect is it that they're having an album release and I'm going to get to interview them. So I'm super excited to talk about everything. I've heard all your stuff, and it's funny, like the YouTube algorithm is really working for you guys because they were like suggesting and playing your stuff on my feed as I was listening to music at work.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really cool.
Shout out to YouTube for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I typically like to just start from the beginning with, you guys are a pretty new band, but how did you guys all come together as like St. Clair the band?
Me and Josiah played music together for a while. He was never a drummer. He played like keyboard and guitar with me, and we kind of did like singer-songwriter stuff. And then eventually we came across Brendan and JP, and we kind of all like clicked right off the bat. The very first band practice was like, we have something going on here.
Yeah. Ian and I have known each other for years. We've been playing music together for a couple of years now.
So 5.
Yeah. Yeah, few. I don't think like we were actively wanting to be a band per se, like he said, like singer-songwriter. And then I guess you had met JP at work, and you guys talked about it.
He told me once, he was like, he always told me he played guitar, and I tried to get him to come over to my house. And he's like, no, I'm too scared. I'm too scared.
Not good enough.
And then he mentions that he has a bass guitar, but he doesn't really play it. And I'm like, we need a bass player. Like, get your ass over here.
Okay.
And he eventually did, and here we are,
Yeah. We've all fallen into positions that I don't think we like really like what was intended at first. Like he said, he's a guitar player. I wasn't a drummer to start. And then Brendan having like a lead guitarist was super crucial to like making it a band per se. It really felt full. We met his brother, Blake, and we had practiced with him or played with him like maybe just a couple times. And then Blake moved. And Blake was like, my brother's really good at guitar. I've learned a lot of stuff from him. He's like an inspiration of mine. So it felt like, in a weird way, like working with like this source, it's like the older brother. It's the guy who's like a little more wise, and he's had some time. So Brendan is an asset for sure.
He's very well played.
Hell yeah. And it all came together. But what is the story behind the name St. Clair? Is there any specific meaning?
We're like St. Clair County is the county right next to us. And also, I got arrested there one time. I went to St. Clair prison. That's cool. And then also, we've also felt like the saint part. It's like something about our music feels like holy. It feels like Oh, it does in a way. It feels like emotional and like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
you're
safe,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like you're just kind of in touch with something.
in touch with something bigger than
Yeah.
what's happening here. And then Claire, I don't know. I guess
Just
St. Clair County. We like it's like a girl name.
We just
for all
like
dudes.
we just like the name, you know. The way it sounded and like I guess like the meaning behind the words kind of resonated. Yeah, it's like we're not like a religious church band or anything
Yeah.
like that, but there's something like very heavenly about the music, spiritual. Yeah.
Yeah, very spiritual.
It's a good way to put it.
It's interesting. It's hard to like pinpoint it.
Also, St. Clair's just everywhere. Like you see it on like it's like every other street is St. Clair Ave or St. Clair.
Yeah, there's a lot of like signs around here. It's like St. Clair this, St. Clair that, you know.
A lot of St. Clair's.
It's true.
It's funny that you describe your music as like wholly like an experience like that, because I feel like it truly is like just the amount of emotion that you guys are pouring into these songs, and
Yeah.
at least on your demo tape that you put out, it was listening, you could just hear the pain and what you guys are going through, and relate so easily to all that. But let's talk about that first project that you guys put out on streaming. I mistakenly thought that it was your first official album, but you guys corrected me. It's just more of demo tapes. But
Yeah, it's not even really like a fraction of what this new one's gonna be. Very, very bare bones, I'd say. Like
Yeah. That's kind of the core of what our new album is that demo tape. You know, we kind of took that and ran with it a little bit.
what made you want to put out all these demos? Just to have something out there, or was it like a?
Yeah, I think we'd play them all in my living room, and we would all like we would feel something when we played it. We'd take videos on our phones, and I'd listen to it over and over at work and doing this, and we really just wanted it out there. Like once you record it, it's put into the world. It's set in motion. It's set in stone. You can't go back and change it. It's the way it is, and the world can take it and interpret that.
Also, we've played a lot after that. Like after we recorded that, we had played a lot of shows, and mostly everything's just kind of like evolved from those. I would say we have more direction with like the sound we want to go into.
Yeah, I think like we recorded those demo tapes, those songs, because we wanted to capture what we were playing at the time. We wanted to take these jams and things like kind of like loosely made songs per se, and actually refine them and make them something that's like listenable. That's an actual song. It's formatted and it has like some structure to it. So yeah, I think we had all of us playing together. We wanted to have like a pinpoint and be like, this is what we're doing. This is what this sounds like. These are these songs. As whether it's a frame of reference or just like almost a journal entry per se, it's just a rough idea of what we're doing.
Brandon was talking about how you guys have been getting out and playing more shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've been able to like see on Instagram is that you guys are getting out and playing. And as I mentioned, Monarch has been talking about you, like, so people up like in central Illinois and the rest of the state know what St. Clair's got going on, and
Yeah, that's really awesome to hear that. Yeah.
And then like I went on tour with Jenny Scara, who's on our label, and we were at Moshmellow, and I was sitting there like I think I saw your sticker, or you guys like wrote something on a table or something like that, and I was like, oh shit, I know who these guys are.
It's really making a mark,
That's it.
Right. So what has it been like to get out as a new band? You guys have probably just been practicing a ton in your living room or wherever you guys are practicing at, and now you're getting out and playing some like really cool venues like Moshmellow and plenty of other places.
The community's been really like receptive. Everybody's been pretty cool. So
Yeah, we kind of like dove right in head first, and like the community everywhere kind of just accepted us with open arms. Like really great to have.
Yeah, I think it was extremely like motivating, because if we didn't have these other bands, these other people being like, it was awesome playing with you, you guys rock, like I'd love to play another show, it would have been like we're just playing and it felt like maybe we'd just be playing for ourselves. It's nice to know that we're actually connecting with people and other musicians, other bands, other
Just share the experience. For
Yeah.
sure.
It makes you want to keep going. It makes you want to keep more. It's awesome to know your music resonates with people and that you're not just doing this for nothing per se. Like it would suck if we played these shows and it was just a dud and no one talked to us and no one, shook hands or like we've hugged so many people.
Yeah, I feel respected.
Yeah.
I just like the connection.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, the connection is really important, especially in times like these because people are so disconnected from one another and we're really like lost, maybe spiritually per se. A lot of people are. So
It helps bring everyone together and like makes them all feel something collectively.
yeah, old heads and Gen Z, all of them, all of them alike. They get together and they enjoy the music. People who went to a bar just to have a drink end up, turning around and watching and being like, wow, these guys are doing something. I feel something.
It's got to be a very surreal feeling from
It is.
Yeah.
starting so recently too, right? Like you started last year, right? Or was it before that?
Yeah, we played our first show in December of last year. No, was it November?
November of last year. We started practicing in like October,
September.
September. Yeah, September is when we first all got together.
So like almost a year,
Started
not even a
playing.
year.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I feel like the most surreal part of it is like we go through this, we experience this, we play the shows, we record the music, and then every single day, every single one of us goes back to the real world and like your job, and like it feels so surreal to go from like such high to such a low. I don't know. It's a weird ass feeling.
Yeah, it's jarring. It's super jarring to be like last night I was like nearly in tears with some people just like feeling something. And then this morning I gotta wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. and go into, a job that doesn't pay me enough so I can barely support myself and have what I need.
I think that's part of the album, our new album name. Like in times like these, there's no surrender.
Yeah.
We all go through hell. Everybody goes through it.
Yeah.
But we still come here and we all put our part in. And we all come together.
It's the perfect transition because that's literally about my next question is the new album.
Yeah.
So your first album, In Times Like These, There's No Surrender, is set to release on August 1st.
Yep.
I don't want you guys to necessarily spoil anything if you're keeping like some hidden gems on there, but what can you tell us about the album and the work that's kind of gone in there? And you've already mentioned how the self-titled demos were kind of this album is the built out versions of some of those.
Yes.
So
I think on the album we took some of the songs that we made in the demos and redid them, because in the demos we all felt like that was before we played all these shows and all the songs evolved from there. So we wanted to like redo them how we wanted it to sound. So like I'd say a little under half the album is like redone.
Like remaster.
So a remaster, a re-recording some of the old songs. We also rewrote things,
Added stuff.
added stuff.
You will notice that although maybe like the core essence of the song is there, a lot of things have changed as far as tonality, tempo, different section, and the emotion behind it. Yeah, the feeling that you get behind it is a lot more refined and focused. As far as like we jammed on the demo tapes a lot. Some of those songs are really long. And in this album, you'll notice less of a, kind of aimlessness and a lot more like intention behind what's recorded, what's on paper.
Every part's very intentional.
That kind of goes on what I was going to say though. Like we got to record it as a band, like the whole room.
Yeah.
So there are moments that we just left in that were like just part of what we had in the studio. Like it might be like us talking about like little chatter or like random little bits, you know what I mean? Because we were all in the same room together. Like
There was really no like
yeah,
there was no going in recording parts.
Yeah, it's like we wanted like an official album that sounded like a well put together project. We still wanted that raw, like you're in the room experience. Almost like a vocal show.
Yeah.
I think in a time where things can be so overly produced and so like segmented and like meticulously like thought out and pieced together, it's nice to have this album that is a living, breathing moment. It's you're hearing all of us play in a room as it was continuously throughout. And that way it gets really needed to like have that connection. Yeah.
I feel like little stuff like that adds so much to a full project and as a whole, you know, like you said, it adds like kind of like a connection piece almost. It's not overproduced. It's just a bunch of guys getting together and making music that fucking matters to them. And
Yeah.
that's like that's the overarching theme, and that's so cool. So I'm now that much more excited about the album coming out. I
Yeah,
can't
us
wait
too.
to listen.
We're really excited to like give it to the world and let everyone receive it. You know, we
Yeah.
put a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort.
It's hard to cut out all this time to spend on recording and just thinking about, you know, whether it's the commute or the actual time spent in the space, like practicing, jamming. It's a continuous process, you know. You can't just stop. You have to keep doing it every single week, every single day.
There's no surrender.
There's no surrender. Yeah, you embody it, you know. Like as a musician, it's not just music, it's you. You're the person making it, creating it.
They're like hearing our souls. When you listen to this album, you are listening to our souls. We might be crying or screaming or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
You're hearing it raw, you know.
yeah. Lots of release.
Lots of release.
Being a musician that is able to do that on your album at live shows, it sounds like you're really able to do this and pour your emotions out to people. How does that affect you? Like, is it like just a giant release for you? Is it something that tires you guys out as you're playing more and more?
I think it tires you out, but also it's a release. It's a good way to get it out. And like at first it's scary to go do that in front of all these people and for all these people, but it's kind of essential and it like helps you grow as a person.
Right.
You know?
Like we go play a show and like you wake up the next morning, you just feel different. You know?
Yeah.
Like you don't feel the same. You feel like a different person in the morning post show.
It's really like a trip.
You get a different like grip on things after you play a show. It makes you it shifts your perspective just a little bit because
I just got done like pouring my heart out.
yeah,
To like, you know, however many people in a room.
The last show we had like 20 people singing along with us, and it was insane. We've never had that, and it felt so crazy.
oh my god. I think we all messed up as a matter of fact. Just
Yeah.
because we were all
Like
freaking away. Yeah. We were like, what the heck? Everybody's singing this.
I missed one of my lines, and the crowd sang it right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There is a lot of emotion behind me on the drum set, and I will find myself like nearly crying while I play because there is an immense amount of energy that goes into what I do. I'm not a classically trained drummer. I've played keyboard and guitar for a long time. So moving to the drum set, a lot of what I'm doing is very much like just intuitive and like
It really
Yeah.
shows, though. It
Yeah.
really shows.
there's a level of like extreme commitment that I have because rather than my thing being like studied and understood and like I know what I'm doing technically, I am just feeling it while I play.
That's kind of all of us. No one here is technically.
Yeah.
I don't know chords I'm playing. I just know it sounds good. I know it sounds good. I'm like fret 7. I don't know like C major.
We're in the key of fretboard right
Yeah. No one knows what they're doing. We just feel it out. You know,
Yeah.
it's all intuitive.
Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Riding off instinct, you know.
It's cool that this has just been a whole process for you guys as you've grown and over the past couple months and in recording the album. But beyond the album that's going to come out and is going to friggin' go insane, what else is in store for St. Clair fans for the rest of the year? I know we got an album release show on August 8th.
We're kind of booked out with shows to like September. We're playing some non-local shows, which is cool. We're going up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have a show in Chicago. We're playing in Peoria, Illinois this month. We've been in the studio. We kind of just come up with jams and record voice memos and like turn them into songs.
Right. Yeah, I think a big part of this album release is nipping this in the bud. I believe we said this before in a different interview, but it's just we can move on. So once we've recorded this album, we will be playing those songs. But in the meantime, we'll also be jamming and practicing some, more evolved and more advanced things that we want to do as a band.
Yeah, we're kind of everything's changing.
Yeah, we're also making merch too.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking for merch. Like we had a couple like little knock-up shirts. One of us would wear it every once in a while and we'd hear like, where can I get one of those? Or like, how do I get some stickers? Or like,
So August 8th at our show, we will have t-shirts, we will have cassette tapes,
CDs, right?
CDs, stickers,
I was throwing the idea out for posters. I'm gonna look into that. But
Pens.
pins, like little button pins.
we want to give people the opportunity to support us and
Also to rep that out in the world.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't want to wear a full T-shirt, just have a little pin on your bag or on your hat. Or,
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than like enjoying a band or whatever, but you don't have any of their merch. And you
Yeah,
can,
you
like
can't go
show
home with
people
it.
like I
And
like this band.
that show's gonna go crazy too. And like, when I look at merch I've had for like shows, I'm like, I think about that moment, right?
Yeah,
like,
brings it
damn,
back.
That show was crazy.
Yeah, August 8th, definitely stone. I feel.
we spent a good amount of time like designing and like making what the merchandise would look like. So it's gonna be, more aesthetically pleasing, and like I think it's a good somewhat
And
representation.
also we like did it all in-house. This is all
It's all
handmade.
DIY stuff.
We did this. I didn't send this out just for somebody to do this. We're doing it all.
Hell yeah. The way it's meant to be.
Exactly. Exactly.
As far as posters, just we do posters through Staples, and you can get like oversized sheets of paper, and they're like 60 cents a piece.
Oh hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Dude, it's like the biggest hack ever.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Game has changed.
Yeah.
The game has changed.
We're good.
Posters now.
Posters.
There you go. Were you guys playing in Chicago?
We're actually playing at Fargo Skate Shop. It's in like DeKalb.
Oh, the Calb.
Yeah.
Yeah, on NIU's campus. That's tough.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
DeKalb, yeah. It's
That'd be cool.
NIU. NIU's up there.
Yeah.
And then Milwaukee, are you
We're playing at a DIY venue. It's called the Litter Box.
Yeah. Monarch was telling me about the litter box.
Nice.
Interesting place.
It's cool though.
he's-
It's a basement.
Yeah, he said it's cool. He says it's called the litter box because like when the music gets like really loud, like stuff falls from the ceiling.
I love that. We're gonna make shit fall from the ceiling. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah,
I'm getting an extra bass cab now.
I will say like we've been playing bigger places, open venues and stuff like that. We're experimenting with louder sounds. Definitely.
Also learning how to fill the space. You get in the room and you look at it and you say, okay, I know what to do now. It's not just like,
It's not just
Yeah.
like winging it anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we got a little bit of a game plan here.
yeah.
I'm excited that you guys are getting out and playing in more places. Peoria should be a hell of a show too.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are trying to get in Champaign, right? That's,
Yeah, well,
you reached out to Motus.
I
boys
reached
and
out to a
Motus.
few bands in Champaign.
That'd be sweet. If you can get there, that'd be sweet.
Oh,
I know our booking
get there.
manager was trying to find something for you guys and Motus to share a bill. So we'll
Oh,
see.
shit. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We're always open to it.
Hell yeah. To kind of get away, like I always ask two questions to every band that comes on here, and they're more about the scene in general. You've heard a little bit about the scene from some of you guys, but what's your favorite part about the Central Illinois or just the Illinois music scene in general that you guys are a part of?
So different. It's so different.
Everyone's very connected. It's like everyone knows each other's names. It's like you're not just showing up and seeing a bunch of random people. Like you're gonna see people you know there. It's like everybody's your friend. Everyone's really inviting. Definitely a big community.
If you go to Nashville, New York City, even Chicago, like if you go to these different places, you will see how different genres and different groups and like per se like types of bands form. So they'll have like networks of people who are in the hardcore or like punk are probably connected. Around here, it's like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, there's really no dishes. It's all one. We all combine.
Which gets you some really interesting shows
Yeah.
where like you will hear some very different things going on in three different bands,
Right. They start soft and end like very loud.
Yeah.
And heavy.
Hard to know what to expect, but
electronic elements too. Like some people
Yeah,
utilize it.
it's untraditional, I'd say. Like a lot of the scene here. I don't know if Midwest emo really is that prominent. I think that maybe like a lot of people are just doing different stuff now. You know, that time is maybe coming on.
Can't really pinpoint on it.
There's still that flavor though.
Yeah,
The flavor's around.
it
lingers.
exists. It
Yeah.
lingers.
Yeah.
I think the cool part is like
It's timeless though.
all the people everywhere. I talk to so many bands. They laugh at me. They'll look through our messages, and it's like 2 days, and I've talked to like 30, 40 bands in the Instagram DM. Like we just be talking. I just be out there networking, and like there's so many people, and it all just connects. It's like veins of a tree. Like it may be here and it may be here, but they're meeting down here.
Yeah, the roots.
It all comes together. You know?
Yeah. You wouldn't know it, but like everything is like usually connected.
Everything is connected,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the scene.
Which is a good thing to have, honestly, because it can just
Yeah.
help you guys expand and get in front of new people, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
ultimately what's important. They can hear your
Yeah.
message.
Put yourself out there. You know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, our final question is this for so each of you can answer. Who is your current favorite artist or band in the Central Illinois music scene that you know of? And it doesn't have to be one. You can list a couple. Everyone can't list one. I feel like.
Dang, this is a tough question.
Everybody needs to check out Olive. Olive has a very interesting sound, very super solid band. I mean, performing and recording, they're just super solid, very DIY. It's like Elliott Smith-esque, Dinosaur Jr.-esque, like very interesting sound.
MJ Lunderman-esque.
MJ, yeah, it's like,
He's got a lot of sounds.
yeah,
They're a really cool band.
Tweet, yeah,
We've played like 4 shows with them
Yeah.
because we love them.
yeah.
We used to, before we were even a band, I used to get all 4 of us together and we'd go see Olive at their shows. And we'd be like, oh, they're so cool. They're so
Yeah,
cool.
they're so good. They're so
We
good.
love
Oh my
them.
gosh. And then
And then we get to play with them.
Yeah.
I mean, we love a lot of bands.
I think the one I listen to most is Stand Check. or
Stand Check. They go by Stand Check. They're from
They're
up in
from
Chicago
Urbana.
now.
Yeah, they're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Stand Check.
I think I play their shit all the time. It's like the most local band that I listen to.
we played with them once, and that's still probably like the most legendary show to me, just to get to play with
Well,
them.
that show was huge.
Yeah, playing at Live at the Mirror, where they came from, where their sound was like formed and forged, it felt like, it's like a football field for your home team. You know what I mean? It's that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
We're also playing with them September 27th in DeKalb at Fargo Skate Shop.
That Fargo skate shop.
Yeah. That's gonna be a sweet show. It's
Yeah.
a great bill.
Oh, and honorable mentions.
Goo Man, Marty.
Goo Man.
Marty.
Yeah,
Marty.
I was gonna say
brings like a what you say like a vibe to the show.
They do.
Yeah. Arcade.
Fire Can. Oh my gosh, so many different March Spoon. They're great. March Spoon's awesome.
They're mostly down here though. That's like our scene. We just hit up pretty much everything our scene.
Yeah.
But they're good.
I don't know. Maybe that's all.
Well, like I said, that was our last question. Thank you guys for spending some time and then
Yeah.
Telling-
Thanks for having
telling
us.
everyone about
Yeah, thank
St. Clair, man. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
excited.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully more people go to your music and check you out and be ready for the album on the August 1st.
It's gonna be crazy. I think some people will be blown away. I'd be in the car on my way to work, almost in tears, just like it'd be hitting me. I'm driving like, oh my god.
Yeah, we'll have to get up north a little bit. Show up there again. Like we have the stuff in Peoria.
To everyone listening out there, make sure you keep up with St. Clair on Instagram at st.clair, CLAIR.band. You're going to find all their little clips and information about shows coming up, about merch, about their album. So go follow them. You can also find them over on YouTube at St. Clair Band, spelled the same exact way without the periods. And you can see some of their demos that they had, and maybe some upcoming work will be posted there as well. Links to all their music will be in the show notes, so go and hit those to listen to the demos before their new project comes out on August 1st. You won't be disappointed. Get a little taste before the real like main course comes out.
Hell yeah.
Good
Yeah.
way to put it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course. But just like that, that's our show. You've been hanging out with Clubhouse Chronicles, where the sounds are hot, the stories are hotter, and the vibes absolutely off the charts. Don't forget, hit us up. Don't forget to hit us up at our new spot on Instagram at Club Chron Pod for all the updates, news, and more on this podcast. We're a new account, but it's still the same content. It's not on the Broken Record Music Club page anymore. So come and follow us and hang out with us at Club Chron Pod for all the clips. And we do lists of latest releases. We do some playlist things. So come on over and hang out. For all Broken Record Music Club related stuff, we're still at the same spot at Broken Record Music Club across all socials for you to check on our artists and other cool things that we are up to. If you are watching this interview on YouTube, thank you. You're my hero. There's only a couple of you, but we appreciate all of you.
YouTube's
So,
the best.
Dude, it's the best. The algorithm hit. That's how I found St. Clair.
People don't know.
They don't know. But if you're here watching this awesome interview with St. Clair, hit the little subscribe button because it really helps the channel. Hit the like button because it really helps the channel. And it'll push our videos out to more people who maybe are interested in all these bands and artists that come on our show. That way they get more listens. So we're really helping them. By you doing this one really quick thing, you're helping all of these artists in this scene get noticed more. So if you could do that, that would be great. But until next time, keep it loud, keep it proud, and remember, Central Illinois is where the music magic happens. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.